Hello, my loves. Purge and Progress Week 3. You guys, we have made it to the halfway mark. If you have been following along, doing all the rituals, doing all the routines, I just want to say congratulations and thank you for working this with me. Um, I am traveling right now, so as you guys can see, I've been in different settings. Don't worry about it. Okay? Next week, I'll be home, and I'll be home, I want to say, at least for the next two, if not the last 3 weeks of Purge and Progress. Um, I could not come yesterday or last night, I should say, because I was just tired from traveling all day and I ended up knocking out. But let's go ahead and get into it. So, peace, priorities, and protection. Y'all, week 3 was good to me, honey. I did my 3-day fast. My fast actually ended up going for 4 days. I stopped smoking. Um, and things just started to get a lot easier, a lot clearer. I was so much more productive, so much happier, so much less anxious. I feel like I clarified my priorities so much better. Everything was consistent, and it's just becoming easier and easier as time goes on. I do feel at peace. I feel like my priorities are aligned. I feel like I am heavily protected and divinely guided at all times. I hope you guys are feeling the same way. I really don't have much to say about week 3 other than that. I mean, the thing that was most profound for me was no matter where I'm at, no matter what I have going on, because usually what throws me off my filming schedule is having moving parts. I have been consistent in posting the videos that I say I'm going to post, making the content that I say I'm going to make, and staying engaged with my audience. And that has been a struggle for me over the past year. So I am proud for that. I also made some progress with some communications within my relationship. That was really good for me and my wife. And then with my mother, that was really good for my emotional health. So I am just grateful. That's how I feel right now. I'm feeling very much grateful, very much blessed, and I hope you all are feeling the same way. Now, out for our ritual, the ritual, I love this, the reflection ritual that we did. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch Purge and Progress Week 3 ritual and ritual and journal instructions. And you'll get the instructions on how to do the ritual. But something about sitting in that mirror, saying those affirmations, writing that stuff down, burning up those fears, like it really just felt good in my spirit. Exactly what I needed after this Cancer new moon, because I was feeling a little weighed down and heavy. Those affirmations were just what I needed. So I hope you guys really took advantage of that ritual. If you did not, I would recommend that you at least do the ritual before the full moon. The full moon, I want to say, is on the 1st or the 2nd of August. So it's coming up here real quickly. Psalms 51 and Psalms 112 were our Psalms for the week. Psalms 51 is about cleansing. Psalms 112 is about building foundation, leaning into your righteousness, opening your heart to generosity, finding the light in darkness, and trusting and having faith, not only in God, but what in the power that God has entrusted in you. And I hope that you guys wrote that psalm down, rewrote it in your own words, and recalled it back over your candle every single day as the ritual called for. I did not recite it every single day over my candle because obviously I have not been home, but I have been reciting the psalm every day, and I wrote my own version of it. When we get to the end of Purge and Progress, I'm gonna read to you all my versions that I wrote for myself of I think there's 5 psalms altogether that we're gonna be using instead of 6, but um, but yeah, I'm gonna be giving you guys that at the end of the challenge because it just takes too much time up in the videos for me to read through that. But yeah, I think it's important because it's a big part of Psalms magic, and I like doing Psalms magic. You know, not everybody is into the Bible, not everybody is into Christian beliefs, but I am. My ancestors, my most recent ancestors, my grandmother, my great grandmother, my great great grandmother, all of her children, all these people are Christians. Most of them go to church every single Sunday. I am not a Christian. I do not believe that Jesus is a God. I believe that Jesus is a prophet, something for us to emulate and look towards. We are supposed to be Christ like. as humans. That's how we're supposed to live. I don't believe that Jesus is to be worshipped, so therefore I cannot call myself a Christian. But I do believe in God, okay? And I do go in my Bible. I believe in my Bible, okay? Now, I don't believe in certain interpretations of the Bible, but baby, it's a lot of magic in the Bible. And I've been this way since I was a child, so it's just something that has been always innate within me, and I don't want to move away from it just because people don't think it's cool or it's not in alignment with the new age spiritual practices. I am very much willing to incorporate what feels right in my heart, with anything new that I'm practicing. And those of you who don't agree with that can create your own prayers. Okay, I always say, I don't care who y'all pray to, I don't care what kind of prayers y'all do, but prayer is powerful. I always say that, and I'm gonna stand by that. All right, now, that's how week 3 went for me. Again, I hope that week 3 was good to you all. I don't want to make this video too long because my wife is literally sitting on the beach waiting on me. But I do want to go ahead and give you guys the reading for this week, and then I'm going to just close out the video there. If anybody has any questions about the challenge, if you are having trouble following along, if you're interested in doing the challenge with me one-on-one, please reach out. The Purge and Progress challenge will be available on my website at the end of this challenge. And there's a few more one-on-one hands-on steps that we're going to do. We also meet one-on-one every week when you're doing it one-on-one with me. So if that's something that interests you, definitely come on in the room, honey. Come on in the room. All right. Oh, and I just want to say Venus did finally go into retrograde in Leo on the 22nd, but I've been talking about this retrograde for months. So go look at the blog for the retrograde. If you're following me on social media, go look at a couple of posts that I made on the retrograde. I will be posting a Leo season and Venus in Leo retrograde blog sometime between tonight and tomorrow, and that'll give you guys greater detail in that okay? Now, let's go ahead and get these cards out. I believe there are 7 positions. We have foundation, righteousness, generosity, light and darkness, firm trust, and fearlessness. And these are all kind of parts of Psalm 112. All of the tarot spreads that we're going to be doing throughout this Purge and Progress challenge are tarot spreads that I created based upon the Psalms. Except for on week, is it week 4? It might be next week that we do the root tarot spread, which is just a foundational spread for some clarity. It's 4 questions, but let's see. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. Ooh, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga, baby. Oh, y'all, dang, it's 10 spaces. Okay. Fearlessness, steadfastness, legacy, abundance, and celebration are the last ones. 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. Ooh, you can't control yourself any longer. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so first we have foundation. The foundation is going to reflect our relationship with the divine and our willingness to walk to our higher selves from where we are. Because when we think about it, life is about becoming your higher self. It's about becoming your highest self and walking in that vibration at all times. The highest expression of your talents, the highest expression of your gifts, the highest expression of your generosity, the highest expression of your clarity, the highest expression of your integrity, the highest expression of your shadow integration. Life is about walking into your higher self. So, for this question, foundation, it represents the foundation of our life or current situation and the ways in which it reflects the relationship and willingness that we have to walk with our higher self. So we have the star and the camel there. This is good energy. It means that, first of all, we recognize and see our light. We may not have the confidence, but we have the faith. And that is a start. The camel says that we're going to persevere and overcome any problems that may come up. So, with that being said, even though the star sometimes lacks confidence, the star sometimes allows the insecurities to get the best of them, the star has to act in humanitarianism even when the star feels the need to go into self and keep those gifts to self. The star keeps going. And now when I say star, I mean the star card, not like star as in celebrity, but we really can interchange those terms because you are the celebrity of your own life. You know, and the star is really about recognizing your light, recognizing your gifts, recognizing your talents, walking into that power. Okay? So, the foundation of where we are currently is that we see our light. The reflection is the perseverance. It's the willingness to overcome the problems because there will always be problems. There will always be obstacles so long as we have breath in our body. It's part of the human experience. But we have to trust in ourselves and that inner star player enough to say, hey, these problems don't outweigh my vision. Okay? Righteousness. This card is going to represent the areas in our lives where we're acting righteously and displaying integrity. It also is going to reflect how our actions align with our beliefs. So, we got the Seven of Wands and the Lily. You've been standing on your boundaries a lot more. You've been being more honest with yourself. You've been coming out of denial and holding yourself accountable. And that in and of itself is righteousness. Even though it may not apply to other people, you're transforming the way you treat yourself. And that's where you're displaying the most integrity. Now, how your actions align with your beliefs, you're noticing that the deeper you connect with your spiritual self, the more open you are in your heart, the easier it is to walk in truth, to stand on your boundaries, to hold yourself accountable for the things that you say you're going to hold yourself accountable for, to admit that you are the cause of some of your problems, to come out of denial and leave things alone that you know you should have been left alone a long ass time ago. Okay? Generosity. This card is going to represent our willingness to be generous and compassionate towards others and reveal how open-hearted and giving we are to those in need. We have the Four of Cups and the Door. Listen, some of us feel like we don't have enough to give. We only have enough to keep ourselves going. So we've been holding back our generosity. We've been holding back our heart. We've been holding back on our willingness to be generous and compassionate because we don't feel like we have the fulfillment that we need. Okay, so we're not as open-hearted, but we are waiting for the opportunity to be open-hearted so that we can grow and move into that space. And I think that's okay. Because you do have to make sure your own cup is full before you can pour out. Okay? 4, light and darkness. This card is going to highlight the ways that we bring light into dark situations and the impact that we have on others during difficult times. We have the Hierophant and the Broom. Your traditions, your beliefs, your values, your integrity is what is bringing you the light and the darkness. You are creating a new body, new version of yourself. And obviously you live in your body. Your body is your home. No matter where you go, your body is going with you. So your body is your real home, your real temple. Okay? With that being said, when you start renewing your body, when you start fasting, when you start praying, when you start cleansing, detoxing, moving your body, meditating, doing yoga, writing, when you are doing those things consistently, you're creating a new home, a new body for yourself, which is going to bring in a new attitude. And with that attitude, your belief, your values, your faith, your integrity becomes stronger. Okay? That's the light in the darkness. It's renewal. It's redemption. It's tradition. It's faith. Okay? Firm trust. This is going to represent the strength of our trust in the divine and show how secure we are in our unwavering faith, even in challenging moments. We have the King of Wands and success. Baby, ain't no motherfucking doubt. Do you hear me? Well, not only are we confident, but we are arrogant. We know there is no doubt that when we move the way Spirit tells us to move, success is on the other side. There is absolutely no doubt that when I stand on the knowledge that I know I have, there is success on the other side. There's absolutely no doubt that when I move with passion, intention, and integrity, there is success on the other side. Baby, I'm here for that message. Clear as day. There is no doubt that when you move with majestic intent, there is success on the other side. The firm trust is there. It's solid, baby. It's solid. I don't have nothing to add to that. That's as clear as day. All right. Six, fearlessness. This card is representing our courage and fearlessness in the face of adversity. It reflects our confidence in God's protection and guidance. And we have the Six of Swords and the Cane. Our fearlessness comes first from shifted perspective. When we change the way that we look at things and think about things, our reality changes. That sounds cliche, but it's very true. If you're always taking things personal and making assumptions about people based on your past trauma, you're going to continue to relive your past trauma. If you decide to renew your perspective and change your boundaries in a way that's better suited to deal with your trauma, but still continue to move forward, you're less likely to relive those past traumas. So the Six of Swords represents a shift in your thinking, a shift in the way that you're mentally processing things, a shift in the way that you look at things and see things on the mental plane. And the way that you see things affects the way that you move. So if you're seeing things from a very rigid perspective, you're going to have a rigid range of motion, right? So with that being said, the Six of Swords in this particular position comes in and says, listen, I want you to be unafraid to shift your perspective. Hey, Gia, I want you to be unafraid to shift your intent. If you want a reading, I saw your text message, by the way. If you want a reading, just go ahead and book it on my website, honey. I want you to have the courage to shift your perspective, to shift your intent, to shift your motivation in a way that's better suited to align with your purpose. Okay, without fear. Because just because you change the way that you think of things or see things, it doesn't mean that you are setting yourself up to be hurt. And a lot of us feel like that. Like, well, if I change the way I think this, change the way I think that, it's okay. I'm almost done with this video. It's not a big deal. I was going to text you back anyways. So, like I said, if you want to book, just go ahead and book on my website. Um, we have to be willing to change our view. Okay, you have to be fearless enough to want to change your view. That's the most important thing. Okay, the most important thing, change your view. Then when we get into the cane is all about paying attention to your health. I've been telling y'all, for me personally, physical movement and motion consistently is renewing me, it's healing me. Some of you, it may not be your physical health that you need to be paying attention to. You know, I've been focusing on physical detoxing, fasting, drinking more water, taking out certain substances from our diet. You guys need to pay attention to your health, pay attention to your physical health, pay attention to your mental health. Shift your perspective on yourself so that you love yourself enough to pay attention and to make a change. Have the fearlessness to walk in that. Okay? Next, steadfastness. This is going to represent our ability to remain steadfast in our beliefs and conviction, even when the world around us is uncertain and unstable, which it currently is. Okay? It is. Bottom line, it is. So, we have the hermit and the rat. Don't be afraid to isolate. Don't be afraid to cut people off. Understand and know that there are some people that are working against you, even though they claim to be so very much for you. Understand that there are people who don't support you, don't believe in you, and smile in your face every goddamn day. Understand that people hate you because of the way that other people treat you, the things that you know, the things that you're willing to stand on about yourself, the confidence and grace that you have, the knowledge and wisdom that you have, and you're not going to be able to do nothing about that. So in order to remain steadfast, sometimes you have to be alone. Sometimes you have to embrace solitude. Sometimes you have to understand that other people's ego cannot tolerate your evolution, and you have to be okay with it and not take it personal because they're just not there yet. Okay? So stop trying to take everybody with you, because right now everybody can't come. And that don't mean that you have to cut them off or that you're judging them and looking at them any type of way. It just means simply that you need to create distance so you can continue to walk in the knowledge and wisdom that you've gained. Okay? Legacy. This is going to reflect the legacy that we're leaving behind and the impact of our actions on future generations. We have the Knight of Wands and the Dog Far Away. We are moving towards a space where we are allowing the children and the people around us to believe they can be and do anything that they want to do. Don't matter what it is, no matter how much money they have, no matter what connections they have. If they have the talent, they have the passion, they can do it. Period. That's the legacy when we talk about the Knight of Wands. He doesn't have all the answers yet. He doesn't even have a full picture, clear vision, but he has passion, he has ambition, and he has confidence, and he's willing to let that carry him. The Dog Far Away represents a distant friend thinking of you. Sometimes we have connections in places that we don't even know. I've done readings for people who I had no idea that they were connected to this, and this person, and then they set me up for opportunities that I wasn't even expecting. I've done events and bookings and met people that I had no intentions of meeting. Famous people, people that are just simply popular, people that have had profound impacts on my upbringing. And you know, the same can go for you as well. So it's just a matter of leading with that passion, leading with that ambition, leading with the confidence, and then garnering your support along the way. Because you see that even though that help that you need may not be close, it's there. And you trust and believe that it's going to come through for you. This is coming out way more positive than I thought it would when the cards were first coming out, but I'm not mad at it. I don't know if y'all saw me take a deep breath. That's why I took a deep breath at first when I was pulling the cards out, because I'm like, damn. Okay, celebration. The final card signifies the aspects of our lives that are worthy of celebration and reflect the achievements and blessings and joys that we can rejoice in. The four of discs, baby. The four of discs represents strong physical foundation, not only in the body, but financially, materially, resourcefully speaking. Okay? And I am here for that. I'm here for a sound foundation because the shit has been a little rocky for me. So if I can just be stable, be clear, be at peace, and surrender to that, I'm going to be happy. Also, we have the casket. Somebody is walking out of your life. There's the end of a situation. I just talked about that, so I'm not going to go into detail, but you see how it comes out again. Sometimes you have to let people go and let situations go to stabilize your foundation, to build what you're building higher and higher. Okay? And some of you may say, how do all these questions align with peace, prosperity, and protection? Baby, you can't make peace without sacrifice. You can't be prosperous without celebration. Okay? And you can't prioritize if you don't feel like you have abundance, because you're going to constantly feel like you need to be operating in survival mode. And the only thing that you're going to prioritize is how to eat, how to have somewhere safe to sleep at night, and how to have clothes on your back. And we know that we need more than that. So we have to lean into the righteousness. We have to open up to the generosity. We have to find the light in the darkness. We have to solidify our faith upon that light. And then we have to walk in the faith and fearlessness to lead to the abundance. And that's what this spread is about, okay? So as we continue to reflect and review week 3, I want you guys to pay attention to what your priorities are, where you have made peace, and how protected you really feel. Okay? Now, additional guidance, we got the 3 of Swords and the Tower. Not the Tower Tarot card, the Tower Oracle. They are different. Just FYI, you guys. Sometimes there's going to be betrayal. Sometimes your heart is going to be broken. Sometimes you're going to be disappointed in other people. The only thing that you can do is control what you can control and be willing to take this seed of betrayal and turn it into something that works better for you. And the Tower Oracle is exactly that. Solid foundation, success with efforts. Make the effort to let go of the betrayal. Make the effort to let go of the disappointment. Make the effort to move past your heartbreak so you can stop reliving it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Some of y'all are masochistic and you don't even realize how you keep setting yourself up for pain over and over and over and over and over again. And you say you hate it, but you don't. Because if you did, you would get the fuck off the roller coaster. You don't hate it enough. You haven't gone through it enough. Dearest you, we bet you must be so exhausted some days giving as much as you do. Sharing your energy so beautifully in service to the highest good can leave you feeling depleted like an empty well. If it feels as if there is no more water for you, the good news is we have a plan. Today, go take a relaxing bath, book a massage, read a novel, buy yourself flowers, or plant some in your garden. Make time for self-care, not more work on yourself. By tending to yourself now, you are reminded to do so more often. And be sure to use a word that might have caused you anxiety in the past, but is essential for your well-being now. No, say it with us. No, thank you. No, I can't. You do not have to explain. Just say no, gently but firmly. Then go for a soak. Life will wait for you to bring yourself back to center, replenished and ready for more adventure. We love you so very much. All right, I will leave you all with that. I will be back tomorrow to give you guys instruction for week 4. And then, of course, Thursday we will have our yoga and meditation. Sunday we'll do our recap. I hope you all have a lovely week, and I will talk to y'all later.